Today we are creating a modern day SmackDown 6. The story of its significance, both to its era and to WWE, is heavily discussed and rightfully so, given how it launched the careers of 6 future world champions based off the back of pure wrestling. Before we get into it, for those of you who aren't aware, here is a brief summary of its conception, the wrestlers involved, and why I think today's era needs its own version of this. In 2002, Paul Heyman set up what is known to be one of the most pivotal eras in SmackDown history when he created the SmackDown 6. He was given control of the Blue brand, which had drafted the names of Kurt Angle and Edge a part of the roster. Chavo Guerrero was added after the supplemental draft, with Rey Mysterio debuting later in July. Meanwhile, although he was drafted to SmackDown during the last draft, appeared on Raw, teaming with the returning Eddie Guerrero. The remaining pieces came through an exchange that moved the likes of Chris Jericho and Christian to Raw in exchange for Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit. Its purpose was to contrast Monday Night Raw, which was heavily entertainment driven at the time. SmackDown aimed to be wrestling focused, showcasing the skill of these 6 men through their ring work and storylines, emphasizing compelling narratives and banger matches to tie their feud together. Now, to get to the point of why I think today's era needs its own version, it's fairly simple. Taking 6 of your best up-and-coming superstars and giving them a consistent weekly slot to improve and put on amazing matches would be hugely beneficial. It addresses the who's next when the current stars retire dilemma they occasionally face. A perfect example would be Andrade and Carmelo Hayes having a best-of-7 series. We get good competitive matches and a potential peek into what the future holds. To clarify, my selections are based on the appeal, purpose, and maneuverability of the original 6. This means there will be 1 primary tag team who can also work singles matches, and 4 remaining versatile individuals capable of teaming up when the storylines demand it.
Never slow down.
Starting it off, I have Fraxiom, Nathan Frazer, and Axiom. These 2 were without a doubt one of the best tag teams in NXT history and were treated as such when they debuted on the April 25th edition of SmackDown. They're very exciting to watch in a really stacked tag team division at the moment, and also prove that they can be capable singles competitors prior to coming together as a unit, with both being former NXT UK Heritage Cup holders. SmackDown has a storied history with the high-flying style, often linked with the Cruiserweight Championship and Cruiserweights themselves. While Frazer and Axiom might not be the biggest in the ring, their lightning fast pace makes for solid matchups, whether against other Daredevils or bruising Goliaths. Speaking of bruising, our next pick has a very regal pedigree and deserves an opportunity to showcase it on the main roster. Charlie Dempsey is one of those guys who you can tell studies wrestling at a very high level. His technical prowess, clearly inherited from his father, seems almost innate. He's been doing most of his work lately at NXT with the No Quarter Cash crew. With the faction seemingly winding down, what better way to utilize him than on a show where his father has some of his best WWE years? It's not a bad idea, honestly. Dempsey has improved in many ways promo-wise since joining NXT, being able to mix his stoic demeanor with subtle sarcasm to undermine whoever he's facing. Whether you see him as a main eventer is completely up to you. To me, I think he could be a upper mid-card mainstay. Depending on who the world champion is at the time, he could interact and pose a threat as a gritty villain. Overall, he offers immense value, reinforcing that technical wrestling should always have a place across all tiers of booking. Guys like Pete Dunne, Gunther, and many others within WWE possess that quality ring work. Putting Dempsey in a spot like this would serve as a stark contrast to Frazer and Axiom, bringing a different feel to any encounter that he is a part of. Next up, we have someone who, while fans aren't very fond of them right now, they still have a chance to be a major player.
A-Town.
Yo, let's go. A-Town down, screaming out loud. A-Town down, futures right now.
Theory is an interesting prospect. At one point, you could say he was being pushed as the next big thing, winning Money in the Bank, and rubbing shoulders with some of the most iconic figures in wrestling history. And then one day, it all just stopped. Some think he's not the best in-ring worker. Respectfully, I disagree. Theory has all the makings of a superstar WWE is looking for. The athleticism, he's good at meet and greets, promo-wise, he's definitely gotten better. For some reason, there seems to be a disconnect between the higher-ups and Austin. So maybe we put him in a scenario that got him on their radar in the first place. Storylines that center around him wanting to be a champion. Heel or face, doesn't matter. Just put him in stories that could mix in humor from time to time, but the end all be all should be in the ring. Imagine Dempsey and Theory having a series of matches. Theory versus Fraxiom. Overall, I think he would be a good building piece, as well as this next wrestler right here. While this might seem like a continuity pick, I've genuinely been incredibly high on Dirty Dom since before WrestleMania. If you're familiar with this channel, you know that I've been a fan, and over time, the WWE Universe is seeing it too. Dominik's dad, Ray, could easily be on a SmackDown Superstars Mount Rushmore. Since that match with Kurt Angle at SummerSlam, he took off as a beloved babyface for years to come. This path is a little bit different for Dom. He's found his footing as a villain, while still getting cheered from time to time. While Dom's best matches have typically been against luchadors, his 2 encounters with Gunther last year were notable exceptions. Those 2 matches last year were actually really enjoyable. You even saw the growth between their March encounter and the match in December. I know WWE probably already has long-term plans for Mysterio. His eventual solo run is inevitable, so I'd like to see what a program kind of built around not just his promo work, but also his in-ring work would potentially look like. Also, something I'd like to add, I think Theory and Mysterio will be a good tag team. It just seems like a natural pairing. Now, this final person could be a toss-up, honestly. There's a variety of people that could fit, but I'm going to go with this guy. The Scottish Supernova rounds out our SmackDown 6. If injuries weren't at play, I feel he'd be a major part of NXT currently, but we can't change that, so we'll work off what we have. Dar has been a part of WWE since 2016. His style and charisma whenever he's been on screen proves he has what it takes to win gold. From the champagne knee bar to the Nova roller, he's evolved his style a lot. Imagine the segments Dempsey and Dar could have together. That sounds like solid TV to me. Having 2 technical grapplers like Dar and Dempsey also helps round out the concept, tying everything together. Whenever he returns from injury, hopefully he gets moved up. Unless he goes after a singles title or a new storyline, I don't know what's left for him in developmental, to be honest. Stylistically, he fits what SmackDown has been known to produce over the years, making this new age SmackDown 6 just as diverse and full of potential as the previous iteration. That wraps it up for this SmackDown 6 Modern Day edition. What do you guys think of my picks? Who would you choose for a Modern Day SmackDown 6? Let me know down in the comments below. It's taken a while for me to get this video out. If you made it this far, leave a like on the video. I'd greatly appreciate it. This took a lot of time to make. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace.